Hi guys! So today I think it's time to do a little updated reading on BTS. It's been a little while since I've done a full BTS reading, and I wanted to bring one for you guys today. Now, I'm not going to be focusing on their relationships. If you are interested in BTS's relationship, I do have a video on that already. So you can go and watch that if you are interested. But this is going to be more just about their personal life. So what's going on with them? How are they doing? How are they feeling? Are they good? Are they bad? The last member I read was Jhope. So if you want a little more context on Jhope, you can go and watch that reading as well. I'll put those in the description so they're a little easier to find. But yeah, we're just going to pull a card for each member, and we're just going to see. We're going to see how they're doing. It's been a little while, so I'm excited. I'm excited to read my Bangtan boys once again. So if you're down with that, let's go ahead and get started. As always, we're going to do it in fan chant order, so it's going to start with Namjoon and then go by their age. Okay. All right. Namjoon. Okay. Seokjin. Yoongi. Obi. Move these up here. Too many members. Jimin. Taeyoung. And Jungkook. And again, let me move these so you can see them a little better. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start with Namjoon. Namjoon's the Page of Swords reversed. I think that Namjoon is kind of in a period of being very overly critical, and he's kind of in his like analytical brain where he's kind of thinking about the world and society and the injustices of the world, and he's kind of being very hypercritical of like everybody and everything around him. It's like when something bad happens, like government wise, or like, it just when something bad happens and you kind of look at everything and you go, wow, the world kind of sucks. That's kind of his energy right now. Just very cynical, very almost judgmental, and it's making him a little impulsive. It's making him a little fiery. He's like a little angry to me. But not in like a very serious way. It's more of in like a, well, everything sucks, so I'm just gonna not do my best kind of way. Like, I'm not gonna be as nice of a person, as understanding. I'm not gonna be as, I'm not gonna do as good as I would normally do because I'm mad. It's a little petty in that kind of way. So I think that he's just kind of looking at the world around him and feeling like things are pretty bleak. And honestly, I think that if I pulled a card for a lot of us living in the United States right now, we'd probably get the same card. Let's move on to Jin. So Jin is the Five of Wands reversed. So that's kind of like conflicts coming down to an end. I don't know who he would have been fighting with. Jin's always fighting somebody. But whatever it was and whoever it was, it's coming to a close. So it's reached a conclusion. Um, so he's kind of, funnily enough, in a peaceful kind of era. He's just kind of feeling like the drama is kind of behind him right now. He fought it out, he worked through it, and now he's kind of in a better headspace. Kind of the opposite of Namjoon. Just kind of funny. Yoongi showed up as the Six of Cups reversed. Not the card I want to see when I pull for Yoongi, because the Six of Cups is all about nostalgia and looking at the past and kind of looking at how things used to be. And when it's reversed, it's kind of negative. So this can either translate to thinking about past traumas or past issues, or it could be living in the past and kind of becoming your old self in a way. Kind of reverting. I would have to pull more cards to kind of get a clearer indication of what that would mean for Yoongi, but the way that I feel it, at least just now, and being in his energy, is more of the first one, where he's kind of reflecting on the way things were before, and it's not making him very happy. It's causing a bit of anxiety. And I'm not sure if that's personal or if that's worldly. It could be that something triggered some sort of bad memory for him. He could just be struggling a bit. Yoongi has issues with that sometimes, where he gets kind of in his head about things from the past. I see kind of nostalgia cards when I pull for Yoongi a lot. He's a very nostalgic person. Like he is always kind of thinking about things that happened in the past. And a lot of times he's been good at kind of taking that and improving on it and kind of moving on from it. This is not moving on from it. This is kind of falling back into it. Hobie showed up as the Ten of Swords reversed. So he's kind of healing. If you watched my Jhope reading, you will know that there is betrayal afoot amongst BTS, and I said that he might be cause for someone at HYBE getting the boot, and I wonder if that happened, because he's healing. He's healing right now from that hurt, which is good. That's what I want to see from Hobie at all times. I want to see him healed, healing, and happy. Because there's been way too many times in the past year or so that I've read Hobie and he was not quite happy and healed and healing. So that's good to see, and I'm glad that he is doing better than he was earlier in the year. Jimin showed up as the King of Pentacles. I don't know why Jimin is the King of Pentacles. I guess he's just feeling like the king that he is. I wonder if this has to do with him winning those awards at that award show. He's just kind of feeling like in his bag. Normally I kind of shudder when I pull the King of Pentacles. Because usually that means somebody who's kind of greedy and a boss in a way. So it kind of gives me like ick feelings. But being in Jimin's energy and knowing Jimin, this doesn't make me shudder. It kind of makes me giggle because it's almost a little playful. It's like he's nudging on somebody, being like, "Look at me, I'm such a big shot." It's kind of like it's kind of funny. It's kind of humorous. Teo showed up as the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about working really hard and becoming a master at your craft. I think Teo, in some weird way, is kind of in his element right now, with what he's doing in the military. I know that he's doing, like, some crazy shit. He's into it. He's good at it. He likes doing it. He's kind of just, yeah. He feels like he is good at what he does. He could also be really excited about his Christmas release. I know that I am really excited about his Christmas release. And that could also be making him feel like he's really good at what he does. It's not cocky, in the way that Jimin's kind of putting on this kind of cockiness. It's more of a humble, yeah, I'm good, and I know I'm good. So the Machines doing a little bit better than they have in the past. And then we have Jungkook. Jungkook is the Four of Cups. Jungkook is kind of bored. He's kind of bored. And he's kind of contemplative. Not really, I wouldn't necessarily call it a negative thing. It's not like he's dismissive or, I don't know, kind of mean about the boredom that he feels. It's more just life's kind of moving slow. And Jungkook's life has never really been slow before. He does not like his life being slow. He likes drama and adventure. And that's not what's happening in his life right now. So he's just kind of chilling. I just kind of see him looking around and being like, I wish I was doing something else. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he had wishes of, like, wanting to perform, wanting to be on stage, wanting to be in, like, a crowd of people, wanting to be in, like, an airport or something. Like, something mundane enough to him that is, like, crazy to other people. Like, something that would normally kind of be an annoyance. Like, you know, running into fans on the street or something like that. He wants that, though. He like, kind of, he's like, I want to go to, like, award shows and perform at, like, an award show. Yeah, he's just kind of bored with things right now. Let's see. Should I look into anybody a bit deeper? I kind of want to look into Jin, because I want to know what he was kind of fighting against before. I want to look into Yoongi, and should I look into Jimin? Yeah, I'll look into Jin, Yoongi, and Jimin, and we'll kind of look just a little bit deeper, do like 3 card pulls, and kind of see a little bit deeper into what's going on with them. So we're going to start with Jin. Tough decision that you're trying to walk away from, and the feeling of being judged. This might tie into the stuff that I saw with him in the relationship reading, where it seemed like Hybe didn't really care for the person that he was seeing and didn't really want him to see that person anymore. Yeah, because I see, like, him being faced with, like, a hard decision to make. I see him, like, almost being, like, hey, you should break up with this person, or we'll, like, do something to you. Like, we'll punish you. And obviously that got worked out because he's feeling at peace with it. So that means that he gave somebody a talking to. That's what it tells me. Um, but yeah, I just see, honestly, I wonder if the reason why they didn't like her so much is because they just were like, her? Really? You're gonna go with her? You could go with anybody, you're gonna go with her? It felt very, like, condescending or judgmental. Um, which is crazy because it's not your fucking life. I've said something similar about Namjoon's on again, off again person. Uh, they are not somebody who's conventionally attractive either. If it's an attraction thing, it could also just be like they just don't like her because of something else. But I saw something similar in Namjoon's person. I think my cat's gonna pass by. Yeah. All right. um, so it seems to be kind of a common thing that when their partners are not somebody that, in the company's opinion, their fans would like to see them with, they kind of throw that on them and kind of reiterate that kind of sentiment to them. But Jin and Namjoon as well don't give a fuck. And Namjoon doesn't give a fuck because he's just like, well, you're not going to do anything to me anyways. So, whatever. Jin literally will fight anybody in that company. He does not care. He Jin is like the most Sagittarius person in the world, and it shows when I read him. I really think that out of all of the members, Jin is the most different from how I read him versus how he comes across to the fans and how the fans see him. He's a lot more combative than I think the fandom would necessarily think he is. And I don't mean that negatively. It's not a bad thing to stand up for yourself and to stand up for your group members, because that's what he does. He is definitely that person who will stand up to them if the members don't want to do something. He just has that kind of fire in him. The more I read Jen, the more connected to him I feel. Because I think, obviously I've always loved all the members, but before I started reading them, Jen was not somebody that I had such a deep, deep emotional connection to like I did with Yoongi and some of the others as well. But as I've read him, I've come more and more connected to him emotionally, because I see a lot of myself in him. So, and honestly, that is true for all of the members. The more that I read the members, the more connected to them I feel. Especially Jin, Yoongi, and Jungkook, funnily enough. And Taeyang. I relate to Taeyang a lot too. Let's look at Yoongi. I'm gonna pull more for him and see why he's kind of stuck in the past. Greediness. He's an empath. That's why. He feels like everybody is fighting and being very greedy and very selfish. And this is gonna sound so dumb. And you're gonna be like, okay, he's not actually feeling that way. I'm telling you right now, he just wants everybody to get along. He just wants the fighting to stop. It's making him emotional. It's making him sensitive. Yoongi is the Queen of Cups. He's in a more sensitive, compassionate, empathetic, almost a little more feminine kind of energy. Kind of like a mom energy. He really just wants all of the fighting and the hate and all of the injustices in the world to stop. Oh my gosh. What a sweetie pie. But there is something about things that have been happening around him that are bringing up past things. And I don't know if this is company or if this is just world related. But whatever it is, he doesn't like it. It makes him feel the way that he did in the past, which is not a way that Yugi wants to feel, because in the past he had a lot of issues. And that's not something he wants to kind of go back to. The person that he was before is not the person he wants to be. And the way that the world is, and the way that the company is, and the way that other people are, is almost forcing that back on him, and he's trying to resist that. My Pisces boy. We're gonna look at Jimin. I'm gonna move on before I start cooing at a 30-plus-year-old man. We're looking at Jimin now. Oh. Oh. He's thinking about the company. Jimin. Jimin's literally like, this is gonna sound awful. He literally feels like he has been carrying, maybe not him specifically, but BTS has been carrying this company on their backs. That's why he's feeling cocky and a little on top of the world. He is like, BTS run this shit. We are the top of everything. You know what's funny is, in my last reading, I read New Jeans, and I said in that entire reading that I didn't see Manheejin in it. I see Manheejin here. I feel like, I don't know if it's that award. I mean, it could even not just be BTS. It could be Hybe that he's feeling this way towards too, because I know that LE SSERAFIM was there too, and that they performed and they won things. It's almost like he's feeling like, ha ha, we were better than you, ha ha ha. Like, it's almost like a rubbing in the face in a way, because they're like, he's like, we're on top and you're not. That's what it's giving. So I just wanted to jump in here right quick. So this video was filmed November 14th. And today I think it is the 21st, and I am editing this to post it. And we just found out yesterday or the day before that Minheejin is completely terminating all contracts with Hybe and Adore. So I'm not necessarily saying that the BTS boys were prevalent to this knowledge beforehand, but it kind of seems that way. So I just wanted to come in here before I give my ending statement. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. My gosh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave this here because I think that is a good place to leave it off before I start saying stuff to get Jimin in trouble. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!